Every day a girl takes the same train, and whilst looking out the window, she fantasizes about a young couple's life. This here is Rachel. She was once a happily married publicist, but now, whilst taking sips of vodka, she daydreams about this perfect couple with a perfect life, not like hers, lonely and monotonous. Her husband Tom left her for another woman because of her violent behavior. The girl Rachel is spying on, she's an artist, just like she imagined, and she's married to the jealous Scott. This here is Megan. She's a decent beauty. Although she lives a comfortable life, she's a sad person and she's always looking for new experiences. After losing her job, she's babysitting Rachel's ex-husband's daughter. Tom's second wife lives in Rachel's old house, a few feet from Megan's. This here is Anna. She quit her job to be a mom. Sometimes she regrets the old exciting days when she was the other woman. But on the other hand, she has everything she ever wanted. A wonderful husband, a sweet daughter, a perfect life. Inextricably linked together, these are the three main leading characters of the best-selling psychological thriller The Girl on the Train. It sold almost 20 million copies worldwide and it was translated in over 40 languages. It was also the #1 New York Times bestseller. The book was written by Paula Hawkins, a renowned journalist. In one of her interviews, she revealed that the idea of the plot came up to her while she was traveling on a train. The story is a first-person narrative told from the point of view of three women. This kind of narrative helps people to empathize more with the character, Paula says. The story bounces back and forth between timelines and each character's perspective, which is narrated accordingly, making The Girl on the Train an absorbing read. July 12th. Rachel looks out the window and sees something that deeply disturbs her. Megan, the girl with the perfect life, is cheating on her husband with another man, her therapist, named Abdi Kamal. For Rachel, it's unacceptable. She takes out her anger at Tom's betrayal on Megan. Drunk, she decides to confront her. July 13. Megan is missing and it's all over the news. Rachel can't remember whether she was a witness or a player in her disappearance. Gripped with regrets and fear of being incriminated, she begins to investigate. After Megan's body was found, it turns out that she was pregnant, but the child was neither Scott's nor Kamal's. There was a third man. It was Tom, who had beaten Rachel and killed Megan. Meanwhile, Anna had become suspicious of Tom. The two women join forces and finally succeed in killing him before he kills them. Rachel is played by the brilliant Emily Blunt, the undisputed star of the film. Thanks to her experience, she was able to express the pain felt by the main character in the book. But she doesn't look like Paula Hawkins' Rachel, unkempt and chubby, although the attempt to make her uglier was remarkable. Rachel is an enigmatic character who, after discovering she was infertile, drowned her pain in alcohol. Her ex-husband exploited these vulnerabilities to subjugate her and maintain psychological control over her. In fact, it turns out that Rachel is an alcoholic but not a violent person. Megan is played by the beautiful Hayley Bennett. While strongly resembling to the Megan of the book, she was criticized for her lack of expression. and therefore unable to represent all the feelings experienced by Megan. She lives with the knowledge that she has a violent husband, but this doesn't particularly bother her because she knows she's not a perfect wife, and thus seems to justify Scott's violence. The book goes much deeper into Megan's story. Anna is played by Rebecca Ferguson. She's the only one of the three main characters who manages to fulfill her dream. At first, she is pleased to have succeeded in stealing Rachel's husband. But soon her sole purpose will be to drive her away from her life because she is terrified of her mental state. In the book, her personality is as relevant as the other two key figures, while in the film, Anna's thoughts and states of mind seem almost not to be considered. The book contains a high narrative load, therefore many scenes have been changed or cut. One detail that has received a lot of attention from fans is the gin tonic in a can that Rachel used to drink out of. In the film was replaced by straight vodka in a bottle of water. In a book, there are two detectives investigating the disappearance of Megan, while in the film they are replaced by a sole character, the detective Riley, played by Alison Janney. The key information for the turning point in the case is delivered from a new character, played by Lisa Kudrow. And that's how Rachel realizes that Tom is involved. Kudrow's choice was designed to draw the audience's attention and prepare them for an important revelation. On the contrary, in the book, this awareness is slowly acquired by Rachel during her therapy sessions with Dr. Kamal. This change was not much appreciated by the fans. The main themes covered in the novel are lies and violence against women. It is evident how the main characters try to keep up their appearances at all costs. Then they are subjected to physical and mental violence by men. Although they somehow accept this abuse because they are dependent on the male figure. However, when they finally realize that they are victims, they decide to stand up for themselves. Rachel and Anna managed to redeem themselves, but Megan didn't make it. She was killed. And this brings us back to the theme of violence against women in real life. How, in situations of apparent serenity, the seed of violence can ripen and eventually turn into femicide.